Alrighty.
Alrighty. Welcome to the PSBS, that's the PlayStation Bowl Session Podcast. This is episode 28, I believe.
Yes.
Try to keep up. And I'm your host, Coach C, PSN Bye Boys, and my co-host here is...
Andrew Arenas, double is back in action.
Yeah, back from vacation and
from Orlando.
And yeah.
I couldn't find a studio in Orlando and Universal. I saw like some NBC news stations where maybe I could have had a solid place to do it, but terrible cell connection and Wi-Fi it couldn't work out. But
no,
we had a very good person come to us last week and did it for us.
Yep.
And I was very happy. I listened to the whole thing on the road back to Virginia last week. Very happy. He is welcome back anytime, or he can also join later.
Yeah.
But I felt it was appropriate, especially for this week, what's been happening, that it's a one-on-one with me and you this week, and maybe next week we can look into having more people. And then, of course, we always have Emmett, and then there's one other dude that we know.
Okay.
We know a guy. We got connections.
You know a guy, yeah. But that was Patrick last week. I don't know if the name escapes you or not, but
yeah, it's just that it's late.
It's late. Yeah, we're recording late tonight. It's Tuesday night, not Wednesday, but trying to get ahead of some scheduling issues. But that's okay.
But then you can get some of the best stuff out of me on that time. Too,
that's okay. Yeah.
So.
But anyway, yeah. Thanks to Patrick last week. I'm filling in. I'm clapping right here. I don't know if you can hear it.
I have my hands full, so I can't clap. But he did good.
Well, I think yes, really good. But like I said, we got you back this week. And it's good because we got news to go over. Some news,
we got a lot of
stuff from this week.
And no viewer mail, but this is appropriate because it's fitting because we got stuff to talk about.
Yes, got a couple news items here. There's even a couple news items from last week I didn't go over because they pertain particularly to your liking knowledge. Yeah, there you go. But let's begin. Go over some news. Let's see. Trying to open my notes. Why aren't they opened? All right. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. So, we all know that you love Dying Light. You go over Dying Light a lot.
I love Dying Light. Yes, fantastic game.
Yes. Well, last week I guess what they call expansion pack was announced for Dying Light called Dying Light: The Following.
Booyah! Yes, this is probably the long-awaited teased expansion that was shown in a video for a split second. Where you get to ride the vehicle, the little Jack 3 style dune buggy thing. And
as they said.
Well, what's up?
Yeah, they said it would be described as a new map, added vehicles, some dune buggies, and new features to be added to Dying Light.
Oh yeah.
So,
and the touted thing about it was the map size.
Yes.
Which is awesome.
Yep. New maps, new playgrounds, all that good stuff for Dying Light.
I love it. Fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad the game's getting the support that it deserves. I'm sure the DLC attach rate is pretty high for it since the expansions have been discounted heavily. But so good.
Good stuff. Yep. Nope, that's not too many details. It was just kind of more announced. We didn't see too much details on it, but obviously more is to come. Probably get a release date and price point and all that good stuff later.
Yeah, for the non-season pass holders.
Yeah, I mean, it's just exciting that we see it now. Just kind of have an idea of what's coming.
Yeah, it's great.
And know that support's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Dying Light's a cool zombie game. But speaking of zombie games, a certain zombie game is coming to PS4 and Xbox One and PC next week. Next week, coming next week, and I just don't know if people were asking for it or what, but it's coming. It was announced that ZombiU is getting ported to PS4, Xbox One, and PC next week. And for those of you who may not remember what ZombiU is, it was a game developed and published by Ubisoft exclusively for Wii U at launch. And it was the one with the zombie on the front cover with the British hat, the guards in the front.
Yes, it's a crappy game.
Yeah, and they're dropping the U from the game, so it's just called Zombie with an I at the end. Because, the U is part of Wii U. But I
The
just
eye is
don't.
part of Apple. You can't use
Oh, yeah, I
zombie.
guess. Yeah, I guess. But the eye's at the end, not the beginning. So,
Yes. I
'cause then,
zombie. They already
but
got that
then,
covered.
yeah, I Zombie the game.
Huh. That would well, that would be a good Telltale series.
Yeah, everything makes a good Telltale series.
True Detective, the list could go. Well, not everything. There might be some
Yeah.
things, no, but yeah, True Detective, iZombie. Gosh, so many good things would be a good Telltale.
Yeah. But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, this was a launch title on Wii U. It got mediocre to bad reviews.
Yeah, it was a pretty terrible game. I played it. It's not
Yeah,
good.
I don't know. Like I said, I just don't see why they're putting this out. Like, why are they putting forth the effort to put this out on the new consoles? Like, it's not like it was a critically acclaimed game. It's not like it had a fan base. It's not like they're working on a sequel. I just don't know who this is for.
People who are really curious about it did have Wii U's. Basically,
I
everybody.
guess. I mean, this kind of goes back to like a few weeks back when we were going over Prototype, how they did Prototype 1 and 2 on PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah,
and
it just makes you question why.
Yes, why? And no promotion, no advertisement, just there, just dropped in there and said, "Here you go." And then people were actually complaining about that the performance is terrible on Prototype 1 and 2 on PS4 and Xbox One.
That means it was a half-ass port.
Yeah, so like they weren't even really trying. So it's kind of like,
way to go, Activision, in your first foray of remasters and re-releasing. You can't even release a decent one.
Well, it's Ubisoft, not Activision. Oh, yeah, Activision for Prototype.
Yeah,
but,
so like,
Ubisoft's
what makes them think that they can even really re-release Call of Duty then? If they can't even release like a simple prototype.
To be fair, Call of Duty would be different. They'd actually put time and development and all that behind it.
I question that a little bit, but yeah, probably more likely than not.
Yeah, they would put some time and development behind. Where Prototype was more just like, let's just
who gives a damn? Nobody's gonna buy it.
Yeah, so it's like whatever.
Or maybe some people will buy it; they'll just get suckered in.
Yeah. And then
what a ripoff! And then just this week on PSN, I saw that they had split the two.
Yeah, this past week they split the two. Now you can buy them individually.
Still a ripoff. I would buy really anything else other than those games.
Yeah. And then next week you have ZombiU to look forward to. See if Ubisoft does that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not doing it for me. That game was pretty awful.
Yeah, like I said, it's just so bizarre because I just don't know who it's for. There's just people out there who wants to play every zombie-based game ever.
You can go share play it maybe for a couple seconds and you'll understand why, and then just turn it back off and just never again.
Yeah.
Wannabe Dead Island even. Dead Island's even a better game than Zombie.
Yep. But yeah, there's that. There's two zombie games out of the way to talk about. One really good one, one really not good one.
Yeah, I know. And then, we're not going to get Dead Island 2 anytime soon. It's just...
changing developers and all that stuff.
Lame.
Yeah, lame. But, anyway. Moving on to more news. This is another topic that's very important to us here at the PSBS, and it has to be addressed because it's happening or happening later. We'll see. Harmonix confirmed last week that Amplitude has been delayed.
What? This is news to me now. What?
Yeah, they confirmed this last week that Amplitude has been delayed to... Yeah, Amplitude has been delayed till January 2016.
Nope. Oh my god. Ugh. See, this is like if I read it on Twitter, this would be like my reaction.
Yeah. But Harmonix...
What is wrong? No. Something's wrong with the game. Nope, something's wrong with it.
Nothing's wrong with it. No, you're not letting me finish.
What is it? What was their official statement?
Harmonix statement is that they said that the game scope has gone larger than their initial concept. So basically, they're expanding the game. They said they're adding They said they were going to add more music, more levels, new tracks and stuff. So they said they're actually making the game bigger than they initially expected.
Then is it going to be a retail release at this point?
I don't know.
Might as well. Okay.
I mean, it's not going to jump up to a $60 game. It's just...
I know, but we have boxed games that are not $60.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe,
it could make its way to retail. I mean... it would be kind of appropriate at this point to maybe do that at this point. No, this is upsetting still, even though, yes, we're getting good content. It's, it's bittersweet, but we were supposed to get the game this year.
Yeah, it was really good this summer.
I mean, this is not nearly as bad because, I wanted to also question you on this because odds are you were probably not going to go over this. The Mighty Number 9 delay.
Yeah, that was another delay that was announced this past week.
I mean, what do you think about that? I mean,
that's
worse. That's a different situation, but that's worse than Amplitude.
Well, didn't they say the My Number 9? I think they said it was just the physical copies that were delayed, right?
Oh no, it's the whole game.
I thought, because it was so back and forth. At first they said it was just the physical copies, and they said it was both.
They just simply didn't have the balls to tell you. And then now, guess what? Now, 3 weeks out, it's delayed.
No.
So, they would have just had the store listing just to vaguely think this is delayed or not. We don't know because you never trust really stores to really handle release dates. And then now they had the balls to tell you, guess what? The stuff that you backed over at Kickstarter, it's delayed because of leaderboards. And I think it's a little bit more than that. And for this, for going back to Amplitude, that's understandable. It's kind of cool that they're adding more stuff. But I kind of wish at this point maybe it could have been DLC, but it's nice that, it's going to be in there probably for free.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is something wrong with it? I mean, it wasn't, when it was shown, it was still in pre-beta.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Harmonix never puts out buggy games, at all, really. So maybe it's a little uncharacteristic for me to say that, but
yeah, I mean, just the thing about Amplitude is Amplitude is such a a pet project for them, this passion project they've been trying to do, even more so than Rock Band 4.
Or any of the other 6 stuff they've been doing in between, but aside from Rock Band 4 and Amplitude.
Yeah, Amplitude is something they've been wanting to do for a while, and we all know they had to go to Kickstarter to really get it going and off the ground. So it's just one of those things where they want to try to get the most they can out of it. So it's probably one of those things we're making it and we're maybe they're sitting there, they have a build and they're oh no, this Amplitude, we can make it better, or maybe hey, we can add this and this, and it's just one of those things where do we want to put it out now and then put the rest of this as DLC, or maybe through updates, or do we just want to put it all out as one complete package to our fans? Because they don't. Like I said, the fans, Kickstarter, they paid to get this development off the ground, so they want to really, make it worth it for these guys.
Yeah, it's unfortunately just gonna have to be the extra weight, and even though probably the overreaction is just it's a testament to how much we want this game.
Yeah.
We wanted this game really bad. We've been wondering where the hell it's been, and it was a testament to the fact that once the summer of PSN was there, whatever the hell it's called, due to the fact that it wasn't there, that was just another thing right there, another piece of evidence.
Yeah, that's always been another question since it's only on PS4 and PS3. Is it going to be free with PlayStation Plus? Is it going to be a Plus discount when it launches?
I would maybe suggest it's a Plus discount, but I doubt it's a free game for Plus. I don't think so. Probably at the most it's just a discount.
Maybe people will vote for it.
We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, maybe, you never know.
Yeah.
But never say never on that. But I would be willing to think, due to its upbringing, probably not. That you probably have to end up paying for that game.
Yeah, I mean,
there hasn't been any really Kickstarted games that have been really necessarily free for Plus at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Shovel Knight was Kickstarted for Wii U, and when it finally came to PlayStation, it was discounted, but it wasn't free.
Well, yeah, and Broken Age was discounted once it reached PS4.
Yeah, that's so different.
And the game was a staggering $25, and it was $17. I had bought that game and still haven't played it. I really bought it out of support, but I never really had played it. I'll probably play it on my Vita once I get to school.
There you go.
So that's why I got my Vita. I haven't touched that thing in forever. Now it's gonna be touched all over once I get to school. So yeah, and then I re-up my PlayStation Plus. So yeah, but kind of wrapping it up there on because we're gonna talk more Harmonix soon, but it's also a detractor. We got to focus on Rock Band 4, which is coming out in just a couple months. So,
yes.
It's probably another reasoning, really focus on Rock Band 4 a bit, the launch of it, make sure it's successful. So, it's bittersweet. It sucks. I mean, especially for the people that backed it really expecting it this year. I would have been probably a little pissed, but I mean, knowing the context is important. It's a case by case basis. It's not like my number 9 where that is just atrocious, honestly. That I can go on all day about, but people already know it's bad.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking something's really wrong with the game. But with this case, it's not. So it's for the better, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the wait sucks. I really want this game.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do too, as much as I do. It stinks, but probably once the time it comes, in January. Or you said early, or did they give a month?
They just said January 2016.
I hope so. I watched them cut it close. This is January 31st. I would not be surprised. I mean, watch it come out with like some Rock Band 4 DLC at that point. But I don't know. Godspeed with that game, please, please.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Anyway, speaking of Rock Band DLC,
yes, Rock Band DLC.
It was just announced, probably like 2 hours ago, that Harmonix is going to it is two things. One, they said Rock Band 4 is now available to digitally pre-order on the PlayStation Store.
Yep, a big plus for me. I love my digital pre-orders
on PS4. And they said, in addition to it being available for digital pre-order on PS4, there's going to be a exclusive digital pre-order pack with 10 songs.
10 new songs.
10 new songs, yeah. That'll be available with your digital pre-order.
Which noted, most of these songs, are kind of new. Like new,
yeah,
like
they're new,
like
yeah.
2014 to 2015, which is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's recent stuff. Yeah, there's some good stuff in there in that DLC pack I saw.
I know, I like it.
It's like 3 or 4 songs I would want. I really wanted that pack. But this led to a lot of questions, and Harmonix has answered. A lot of people were like, "Oh, so you're selling the game digitally on PlayStation for the retail $59.99, $60.
Yes.
So a lot of people were asking, "Well, what about retail? Are you going to sell just the game at retail? Without an instrument?
I would hope so. Isn't that kind of a given?
Well, that's the thing. When Harmonix opened the pre-orders for Rock Band 4, you could only pre-order with a guitar or pre-order the full band pack. There was no single game pre-order option.
That's really strange.
Yeah, there was never a single game option. Just to pre-order the base game for $59.99. They didn't have that option. So a lot of people were wondering if there was a way to just get the game and not the instruments. And now we saw the digital versions of for pre-order where obviously that's just the game. And a lot of people are asking, well, what about retail? Harmonix confirmed that yes, there will be a single retail copy available day one when the other ones launch. It'll be $59.99 and it's just a game. And they said the pre-orders will go live soon. They'll start popping up in GameStop, Amazon, all that to pre-order.
And then another thing of note, digging through the comments of the PSN blog post of this, that they will start selling the instruments individually in early 2016.
That's good too. Because obviously if you buy the band bundle, you still only get one guitar out of it.
Yes, I know. That's a problem.
So it's like, oh, you still can't get the full band experience right out of the box.
But unless you have a Guitar Hero controller, but mine's already gone to crapper, and I've been for the past couple hours after I saw the post, I was digging through eBay and seeing what Guitar Hero controllers are on for PS3. And I don't know if it's been a trend on sellers on eBay, but they just can't find the damn dongle. So, you'll look through the first 100 listings and oh, it's there, it's in really good condition and it works, but oh, no dongle. It's wow, is it a trend to lose these dongles or something? What happened, you people?
Easy to lose, apparently.
I mean, I can't speak for myself since mine's broken, but. And I prefer the Guitar Hero controllers over the Rock Band ones, and it's just maybe I would want the Guitar Hero one, but there's back and forth in between me wanting the digital version of Rock Band 4 as opposed to the physical one because there's some pros and cons to it. I mean, I can't take my Rock Band 4 and bring it to somebody's house, for instance, to play, right? I would have to download it and have my account in there to play it. That would really suck. There's not really that accessibility factor.
Yeah.
And, but then, there are the pros, which, it's on my PS4. So that's basically an app, and I just fire it up whenever I want, which is the majority of the time I'll do. It's very rare that I actually, take it out and like bring it to like a friend's house. It's very rare, but I just don't know what to do. Uh, that I'm gonna need to think about for a little bit, and then there's also Amazon exclusive songs as well, which also look enticing as well, even though it's only like 4 as opposed to 10.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, Harmonix already confirmed that all these like DLC pre-order songs will be available to buy. So even if you don't digitally pre-order, if you don't pre-order from Amazon, you'll still have a way to get these songs. I mean, obviously you have to buy them, but they'll still be there.
Now I wonder if I can maybe just pre-order Rock Band 4 on Amazon and get the songs and then cancel my pre-order.
You might be able to do that because a lot of times when you pre-order not digitally, but when you pre-order online, like through Amazon or something, you basically right when you pre-order it, you're added to the email list, and when you cancel your pre-order, they really don't go through the trouble of removing you from the email list. Because I had that happen one time with what was it? I think it was like Infamous 1. I pre-ordered it through GameStop.com, and something went wrong, and my order got canceled. But still, when the game came out, I still got an email with the DLC code anyway when the game came out.
To get those blades.
Yeah, get those electric blades.
That weren't there until like a year after.
Yeah, and I think the same thing happened with like Little Big Planet. I think I pre-ordered Little Big Planet 2 on Amazon, and then I canceled it to get it at GameStop, and then when the game came in, I still got the pre-order code anyway.
Yeah.
So you can try that, Let's see.
But kind of keeping it moving along here. Yeah, and then on top of that, even 10 more bass songs for the bass game were announced.
Yes.
And those are looking great too. I mean, I even had shown my brother those songs, and he even gave his seal of approval. That he looked at that and he was all like, "Wow, that's awesome." I'm like, "Really? You like him?" Because he's pretty picky about his songs, and he really liked them a lot. And then, but then I was kind of like a bit worried because even though when I first looked, I was like, yeah, I might know these, but like I wasn't sure. But then once I listened, I never had like so many that song moments ever in a while for Rock Band. So I was very pleased. Like that I had that moment again. From the side, the other songs too. So
yeah, I'm just glad they're System of a Down. Any System of a Down is a good System of a Down for me.
Yeah, and they do need to add more of them later down the line. They don't have enough of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping is that since there is now a System of a Down song on the base game, hopefully that means that they're renewing licenses so they can add those 2 that they lost on DLC. Because there was 2 songs they had for DLC from System of a Down, but the contracts expired and they didn't renew it, so the songs got taken down from the store.
Yeah, so hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully this means that they're renewing their licenses and maybe those will be back in the store. Hell, they might be back in the store right now. We just don't know.
They just don't know.
Because I mean, it's not really something they like advertise too big. Like, hey, these 2 songs are back. They might be there right now if you just look.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's what they did with I think it was like Danny California. It was just back. Like they didn't even tell anybody. It was just there. Like you loaded the game. You just loaded the game one day and it was there. It was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It was the patch that.
The patch.
Yeah, the patch that it was
back.
So you can go back to singing Danny California again.
Yep.
Bandana.
And that was another thing too. Harmonix confirmed with the whole announcement of like the solo, the single game. They said another big question everybody was asking is like what's going to happen with the Rock Band 1, Rock Band 2, Lego Rock Band, Green Day Rock Band, export keys.
Because some of those were expired.
Yeah, they said all those. If you already have them, then you'll be able to. They will be available for Rock Band 4. They just didn't say. They didn't confirm day 1. They just said that those will be available over time on Rock Band 4. So
that's fine.
Maybe not day 1, but hopefully we'll see. Because I mean that.
What was it? Lego Rock Band is expired at this point.
Yeah.
And Green Day, I think.
Green Day again. But the thing was, like, I was always sure that those are going to work because, like, for Green Day Rock Band, Lego Rock Band, and Rock Band 2, it was just basically, hey, type in the code, pay the $5 to $10 fee, and then you basically get this big ass download pack. That was like over a gig, like 2 gigs, something like that, and it was all the songs from the game you just download as a big track pack.
But then Rock Band 1 was weird because I was in the game. How does that work?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just give you a free thing. It'll recognize that you have the key, and it's just a free new item on the store, and you just redeem it.
It's probably what it's going to be, yeah. Because Rock Band 1 was where you bought the key, but you didn't actually download it. Yeah, you just pop the disc in
And you
the
go in
system,
the game menu or whatever.
and you click it, and it starts copying the songs from the disc to the game system, which was really weird.
Yeah, and it took like a long ass time too.
Yeah, and it is song by song. Like you can see which song is transferring. It says now transferring "Carry On My Wayward Son." And I'm like, all right, you know.
Yeah, it was just strange. But yeah, and my only thing that I worry about, like, those things maybe not working is just hopefully it doesn't divide when I play people with people online that don't have it and maybe do. But then again, the friends that I add are like hardcore Rock Band players, so they'll probably have it. I hope. Speaking of which, like I gotta start like getting my friends together again, start playing them once the game comes out online because it's coming out like 2 short months. So
yes,
it's very close. Super excited, and I'm very much liking the main set list itself. I really like the kind of style it has to it. It's definitely getting up to the equivalent of like Rock Band 2 at this point. We already have maybe like half of them at this point. We would kind of assume. If there's maybe going to be at least maybe 84, I would hope. I would hope at least 80. My high hopes like 90, but that's really kind of pushing it. But I would hope at least 85 to 84 or something like that.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of good. So yeah, I mean, it's great. That's certainly better than another music game that keeps getting songs announced and they're just not very good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like some are good. It's just that they start from square one again. It's just like, oh, Rock Band already has that already. You're just kind of retreading the same ground. Where like Rock Band 4 is having those kind of like songs you wouldn't expect to really be there, And it's great that it's there now because like I don't want people like for the people complaining in the comments like, oh, there was a song from Rush and Rock Band 4, but like the people ask like, oh, where's 2112? Or like, how about you search in the Rock Band website first to see if it's in there before you say it? Because it's there. It's there as DLC.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of people. They just don't realize what's DLC and what wasn't.
Exactly. So it's like, oh, people are like complaining like, oh, there's like so many other great songs of this artist, but like, why did you add this and this? But like, that's already there too. So, so stop complaining. Like, it's there. You just have to like look it up or like do a YouTube search.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I'm kind of going back to the export keys for a second. Like that's one thing I'm kind of curious to see too. Once the export keys do hit, like because that's the problem. Like when you go game to game, like time goes by and contracts need to be renewed and stuff. Like how much how much the set list is going to be there? How much is going to come back? Because there was some Rock Band 1 songs that didn't transfer to Rock Band 2, and there was a couple of Rock Band 2 songs that didn't transfer to 3. Are we going to go back and gain those songs? Or are we going to lose more songs? Like the big one was Metallica. The one Metallica song in Rock Band 1 didn't carry over to Rock Band 2, and I don't think it carried over to Rock Band 3 because they lost the Metallica rights during that time period. But now it's all kind of open, so we'll see. Do we get those Metallica songs back? Do we, are we going to lose some other bands? Are we going to gain some bands? It's going to be interesting to see once we get to it. And the other big question, I mean, obviously we'll get to it when we get to it, is what about Rock Band 3?
Yes, they've stated never say never for that, but I would hopefully assume that probably will be exported one day.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll really abandon that one because I think they really think money's to be made there, especially like just like charge $10 for it on the PlayStation Store, just have it as an export. Not really sure how maybe you can get authentication of how you got the game because there's really no code for it. But
I mean, the only thing would be like what they did with trophies, but also kind of like what they did with Call of Duty Ghosts. You just pop the PS3 disc in, and then you reload to the PlayStation Store. I mean, there's no code involved, but it's still scan to see that you have the disc at least.
Yeah, and then you're paying the fee because obviously there's probably going to be a fee once Rock Band 3 is exportable one day, which I hope so because Rock Band 3 did have a lot of fantastic songs. So I hope that's a reality one day. So yeah, they'll have their ducks in a row on that, and just what's more exciting, I stated earlier that probably assuming that half of the set list for Rock Band 4 is already announced. That's where I kind of think that that's where they're even saving the bigger stuff for the other half. So I'm excited for that too. So we'll see. We might get some surprises. You never know. Aside from the obvious, wink, wink.
Yeah.
But maybe stuff is not wishful thinking at this point.
Yeah.
But good stuff all around. Harmonix, you're making me proud and sad at the same time.
Yeah, Harmonix and Rock Band.
Playing games with me. I like it, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Amplitude. Bring Amplitude to me too. I want the game.
Give me that Amplitude.
Give it to
me. Yeah. Let's see. I have another topic I want to bring up, but it might be kind of a big topic. I don't know how long we'll talk about it. It's a long topic or a big topic, and it's a really touchy subject matter, but I do kind of want to bring it up because it caught my attention.
No, we pocket that one.
Pocket it.
Well, we're only. I suggest only go a little bit over an hour today, but not too much. Pocket that one. Whatever's next.
Do you even know what I was going to talk about?
No, that's why I say pocket it, because I don't want to take a chance. I don't want to take a chance with it. I don't want to take a chance.
Because you want to talk about your topics.
Well, yeah. Yes, I'm always me first. I mean, we're not even at the 45-minute mark, so that's why I say pocket it. If we were at the 45, then I would probably say yes. But is there really anything else?
I mean, not really, as far as news-wise.
I mean, you know,
I could tie. I mean, it is a news thing, but it's going to lead to the big topic.
No, so that's why I say no.
Just no.
That's why you tell if I talk about it or not, or not. I'll probably just talk about my experience with a certain game 2 weeks ago that has left me pretty upset instead.
That I have no opinion on.
That you have no opinion on, so it's going to be pretty one-sided, but that's okay. But you'll kind of get where I'm going at and where you kind of think of when a game, you know, is very good and you're really enjoying it, right? And then you kind of get to the last parts of it, and it's just not very good, you know? I'm kind of talking about Life is Strange here in episode 4, Dark Room, which came out 2 weeks ago already? God. Well, really, right? Was it 2 weeks ago? July?
Well, I mean, you weren't here last week, so...
Yeah, and I played it on Tuesday of last week before I had left, and I had recorded before I had played it, and then, like, after I was done playing, I was like, damn, I should have recorded the other day. Because nothing has really escaped me, because, you know, due to how the episode was, it's just... Dark Room wasn't very good. Where do I even really begin with this one? I know a lot of people probably want to defend the episode story-wise and where the twists and turns went, which I will not spoil for you, you know, because you haven't played it, right? Can't do that for you. That would be mean. Very mean. But it's just, you know, a lot of people watch it on YouTube. It's a very watchable game that you can really watch on YouTube and just maybe sit back and relax. But it's really becoming apparent, and even, you know, even more so apparent, you know, when we play like Game of Thrones or something like that, which is a very kind of passive game in comparison to Life is Strange. Yeah, in Game of Thrones you're making decisions, right? But, you know, in gameplay-wise, it's not like, you know, you're not as involved. But Life is Strange, you really are kind of involved. You do take control of your character more often than you would think. But, you know, it's just kind of becoming very apparent that the game itself is just not very pleasant to play. And, you know, you just have the time travel elements just kind of abandoned, really, like, literally abandoned. Like, there was one point, this one scene, notable scene, where she says to herself, like, oh, I could use my time travel power to, like, break into this thing. But then she literally says, screw it, I'm just going to break it with a crowbar and that's it. So it kind of ditches that element a little bit. So, like, it's kind of abandoned. And actually, there was a patch for the game today where it kind of patched a bug with the time travel, where I had actually encountered this bug, and it's kind of rare, where, like, if you were to rewind time, it would rewind time so far that it would make you replay a scene. Like, it was not actually, like, deliberate. Like, it was actually, like, a bug in the game, and I felt it was buggy, too. I was like, this is not right. Like, why is that happening? Like, I could really rewind all that back? And it was so tedious to play that again because I couldn't go forward in time like I used to. So that's where I kind of felt like it was a bug. So I was like, was that really supposed to happen or not? So, you know, you get kind of question yourself if it was an actual game bug or not. But it was because there was a patch for the game today where that was noted. So I'm actually really happy that they had patched that. But I didn't really like where the story had twist and turn to where it went, and it kind of just left me well. I'll have to see where episode 5 goes because just like really any other kind of like television, long running television series or kind of book that you read, that just the last part of it can really collapse under its own weight, and more so than ever, it's really apparent here, and I'm really worried. Because it started out so great, and I don't know, it just kind of stinks. I mean, have you really played games where like you had really adored, but like kind of the last kind of third kind of sucked?
Well, not really the last third, but it does kind of make me think a bit of Arkham Knight. Because I finished Arkham Knight the other night, and
still haven't finished it.
You haven't finished it, but I mean, I was thinking back over Arkham Knight the other night, and I'm just thinking to myself, I still like the game, it's still good, but I had problems with it, and it's not it's not going to be my game of the year come the end of the year. So
no, it's not because Superman's in it.
No. It's not because of that.
Damn, so it's like another contingency. You had a hidden contingency that I didn't know about, that it was not pertaining to Superman's appearance or any other Justice League.
Yeah, I didn't want, Superman or any Justice League people in it. That's not the problem. There is some problems I had with the game. It's still a great game, it's just I had some problems with it that I might go over in a later episode. But, yeah, basically I just kind of came down to it like, yeah, I can't say Arkham Knight's my game of the year come the end of the year.
And I kind of hope when like you get around to playing Life is Strange that I hope like I talk about this badly of this section of the game, and I hope like when you play it, play it and it's like, oh, this part's gonna be like really like bad, right? It's just like, no, kind of go in with whatever you think. There are people that clearly love the episode and it's gotten high praise in other outlets, but I didn't even like look at any reviews before I played it, and then like after I was done, I was just like, man, this wasn't very good. It really wasn't at all. And then I went to look at some reviews, and I was kind of glad I wasn't the only one that thought about this, because if anything, I kind of thought this like really to give it a score, which I don't really like doing. This episode was like a 5 out of 10, and I just kind of worry about that, if the season finale is like that. So, like, if you have maybe 5 out of 10s, but then you have, like, the other 3 episodes which were great, I don't know really where that rests. Like, whether or not it was really a great game or not. Because, like, if you have, like, a really good sections of the game, but you have the other 2 which are just not very good, that's just bad game design. I just really don't know how to feel about that. It just kind of sucks. I mean that's my opinion. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't really think of a game off the top of my head that I feel just like completely just failed in the ending.
Halo 3 comes to mind.
But for me, it's like, I don't know. I think of movies where like,
well, yeah,
where like, the ending. Yeah, where the ending. Well, I know, like 2 movies came to my mind where like the ending was either stupid or it was just bad, and I was just like, but the overall the movie is good that it makes up for. Maybe a lackluster ending. Like, what was that big one? Oh, Edge of Tomorrow's the big one because the ending doesn't make any sense.
I know.
And that, and what was the other one? Oh, Birdman. Me and my dad were watching Birdman the other night, and by the end of it, my dad was like, what's that? Like, what's the ending? I'm like, I don't know. It was just this whatever. Like,
it's there.
It's there, yeah. It's like, that's the ending. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be.
But it's just, it's different. I don't want to contrast games and movies too much. It's just that, in this game, you're very heavily involved in it. It's longer than the movie, and you're able to make decisions and whatnot, go your own way, and it just really fell flat. I felt it fell flat really hard, honestly, and the bad writing was really apparent in this one more so than ever. Like, I know me and you, as we conversate, we make movie references a lot, but goddamn, there were so many in this episode. Like, it was distracting. Like, oh, this reminds me of like this movie so and so and whatnot. It it was kind of becoming apparent, like in every like scene. It was kind of taking me out of it a little bit, I
Yeah.
mean, that's kind of fine. That's kind of the way how I talk to you. Like, oh, this reminds me of like this and this, But like, it was like in every scene. It's kind of getting to me a little bit. And then, oh, I kind of want to like mention this kind of cliche where it's like, oh, it's kind of like the reboot, episode, like where you think things would change.
Yeah.
But it played it safe and kind of abandoned that. And even though it's kind of a spoiler, but kind of just not giving your hopes high on that because you're going to play them all at once, so it doesn't really matter. But keep in mind, even when you think it's going to go in the direction that it's going, it just kind of goes back. Which, for story-wise, makes sense, but it would have been kind of interesting to kind of see it go that way instead. But yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate. It kind of left me thinking about it a little bit, just that. I heavily had praised this game for the longest time, and now it's just kind of like shrouded in kind of just like territory right now, unfortunately. So like once episode 5 comes, I'll be excited to see how it ends. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely won't be head over heels excited to even play it because the act of playing the game, doesn't suck. It's just not pleasant. It's not something I look forward to. Like people out there that love the game, but probably just watch people play the game, which is a different story. The act of playing the game itself is not very good.
Yeah.
So,
but but speaking of game series ending, another little quick note. You reminded me of it. I didn't have it in my notes, but Best Buy had Game of Thrones, the retail edition, listed for November. Mm-hmm. So. Obviously, that means between now and November, the last episode's coming out of the Telltale series, so there's that.
God, it not be November, please. I want it by, like, where are we at right now? August? It needs to be the end of this month. Yeah,
it'd be really crazy if they did day and date, like, episode 5 comes out in the PSN store and the retail version's out the same day. It'd be like...
That'd be dumb as hell. That'd be such a long wait.
Yeah, but it usually is a quick turnaround between like episode 5 and the retail edition, or not. Well, in this case, episode 6, episode 5.
So what day, like in November, like the same day as COD or something?
I don't know if they have an exact date. I think it just says November 2015.
That left me curious if Life is Strange is going to have a retail release, but they kind of noted that they're not going to do one, so I don't think they're going to do a retail release for Life is Strange at all.
We'll see. Oh, another Walking Dead note. It's not really PlayStation related, but I just thought it was funny. But they announced that Walking Dead Season 1 and 2 is finally coming to Wii U. Like...
oh, Lord.
Yeah, it was just weird to think about it. Like, oh yeah, this isn't on Wii U, despite the fact that it's on every other platform.
Well, yeah, it's like the same deal as like Minecraft not on Wii U, It's just...
yeah.
I mean, God, even if like the smallest segment of the market, which probably right now for Telltale is probably got to be mobile because their games don't work on mobile. So it's just like,
yeah,
if they can't even find even like a little bit of success on Wii U, something's wrong, and they're just gonna put this out, and it's just not gonna do well, and then they're just gonna give the statement excuse of why they don't want to put stuff on Wii U. So basically, it's just a test on the guinea pig that's gonna be willing to die.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, it's just funny to think that it's been on the platform finally coming to you. But at least they're getting season 1 and 2 in like one pack.
How much?
I don't know if they put a price point, but they just said I think it's coming in like October, and it's going to be season 1 and 2.
It should be like $20. It should be like $20. Anything more than that is just kind of asking a bit much,
Like, I wonder it'd be funny if like you do like episode 1 and you mess with the radio, and the radio's your like Wii U pad, like you flip your Wii U pad, you flip the batteries in.
I don't know. It's just kind of a waste. How about they go fix the mobile versions of their games instead?
Yeah,
because those don't work. No, it's a small segment of the market that barely plays them, and we're fine and dandy playing on a PS4, which worked perfectly, but it's just not all of their versions of their games work. So it's just they need to maybe focus on that a bit more. As we have stated several times. But they don't want to. Not that they don't want to, but it's just it hasn't been happening. Which, whatever. But yeah, let's go into the big thing that we want to talk about before we wrap this up.
Okay. What, my big thing or your big thing?
No, your big thing. My big thing was Life is Strange.
Okay, cool.
My little beef with it, but
yeah, we'll hopefully be able to pull this off in 15 minutes because it's kind of a big topic, and I don't want you to like rant out.
Why? What could it be that bad? It can't. Life is Strange was what could be worse than Life is Strange episode 4 or Fantastic Four?
Well.
What?
Well, okay, so I know what I'm gonna say is gonna sound crazy, but the more it's gonna sound crazy, but the more I talk about it, the more it's gonna make sense.
All right.
I think that's how that quote went from Edge of Tomorrow.
Well, yeah. That's what.
Cool. Okay.
That's what. What's her face? Oh, and see, it's so late. I can't even remember her name.
No, Tom Cruise says that to that army guy, the general. He's trying to.
Yeah, but the lady says it to him too.
I don't think she does. No, I watched Edge Tomorrow the other day.
Oh, okay.
I watched it the other day. I know. Yeah, the ending doesn't make any sense.
You know, the first 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes are coming like.
Yeah, that's 5 minutes don't make.
Think of the ending my own.
Yeah, this ending doesn't make any sense. It ends with, well, I don't want to spoil it, but there is a cutoff point where I'm like, yep, that's where the movie ends.
And you're done. You just
walk
out.
Change the channel. That's where the movie ends, people.
Anyway, you know? What is
anyways,
it? Say
all right, like this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm considering giving Destiny a second shot.
Oh Lord.
And let me kind of go over what caught my attention. So
what about Destiny? What about from other things of Destiny?
Yeah. Yes. So what caught my attention with Destiny is that Bungie announced that starting with The Taken King, they are revamping the level up system.
Yes, I've heard of this, and I have read deeply into this. Don't worry, I didn't just scoff. I read Destiny.
Yeah, considering how much you hate it, you read every detail of it. So.
Because there's so much things about it. Every single thing, aside from maybe some of this leveling system, has baffled me.
Yeah, you don't have to click it all.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, I need to read it to stay current on Destiny. How dumb it is. But
how often do we talk about it on the show? Not very often. So
no, not very often until now. But it's.
But no, that's just something I want to bring up because what they announced with Taken King is that they are redoing the level up system. Basically, what they're doing is they're taking out the whole light component, so it's not tied to your armor, it's not tied to what gear you have that level you up. But they said it will be just natural progression through XP. So you kill an enemy.
Should have been from the beginning.
Yeah. So you kill an enemy, you get XP. You complete a mission, you get XP. You do a strike, you get XP. You do a raid, you get XP. So. Basically, all that stuff you do is finally going to amount to you leveling up instead of it being random, like with the armor system they did with the light, you know?
Yes.
Because that was the thing that put me off Destiny. I know a lot of things put you off from Destiny, but for me...
A lot of things.
I know, but
just the game in general.
For me, I always said that Destiny was a really solid game. It's a solid game in the sense that it works.
Well,
like it's a solid. That's what I mean when I
praised it for that. But it works.
No, that's what I mean by a solid game. It runs well. It connects well.
I agree with that. Yes. There's non agreeing.
I had fun playing online with my friends. It's just at
that time, yes.
And what put me off from playing the game was once I hit level 20, and then it's kind of like, oh, now you have to do the whole light system, and it's like,
oh my god,
and then the game doesn't, and the game doesn't explain how light works, so I have to actually go look it up online. How does light work? An IGN video or something. And it's like, oh yeah, you need armor, and it's random, and you gotta do this to level up. And I'm like, oh, that's stupid. So,
and then on top of that, right? You can't. There's no kind of feeling. Oh my gosh, why am I losing the word? You won't be able to express yourself. You have to wear this armor.
Yeah,
you have to look like this, and then you end up looking like someone else.
I mean, yeah, unless you put a shader on it, so it's a different color, but. For the most part, it's like, no, we all have the same armor because this is the only armor that will get us to this level. So, I mean, there's that, but also the fact that just me and my friends are playing, we're trying to level up, and it's like, hey, we're doing the same strikes over and over, and it's just and it's like we're not getting the new gear. So it's kind of like, you're not making progress. Where with this new XP system that should be there, I know it should have been there from the beginning, but with this new XP system, everything you do is going to count towards leveling up. Everything's going to be, a sense of progress. And I like that. And they already announced that with, if you buy Taken King, if you buy the retail copy, that'll
Yes,
be
you get
available.
you get the main game.
You get the
for
main
some
game.
reason, and then
You
you
get
get
the
the 2 expansion.
Yeah, you get the main game, both expansion packs, and the Taken King. So for $60, you get everything. So like, even if you already have Destiny, at least you have a physical copy. You can obviously sell it to GameStop because GameStop's promoting that, saying, "Hey, you could trade in Destiny for Taken King because it comes with Destiny." So basically, you're getting, $15 off.
Holy Christ, they're gonna have so many unsold copies of Destiny.
People trade in their old copies and they'll try with this Taken King. So it's like, hey, so you get $15 off. You're paying, maybe 40, maybe $50. But I mean, considering just Taken King by itself is 40 digitally to download, you're basically getting the expansion packs for free. So you're getting that new content. You're getting, like, Taken King adds a new story and it adds missions and new weapons and all that good stuff. And the expansion packs had some new things. But at least now it's kind of like, if you were off of Destiny for a while, like I was, like you were, and we were to play Taken King, all this new content will feel new, and we'll have, as you play through it, you'll play the XP, get XP for doing it, do XP for doing missions, and just have fun with your friends again, because it's like, hey, we're making progress for once. Just sitting around shooting stuff and getting XP, and it's not just a random, just randomly looking for shiny things.
I know, right?
And Destiny's not a deep game, but I mean, hey, if you just want to have fun shooting stuff up with your friends and getting some XP,
that's what the whole key is. Like, that's why I learned, of course, with like any co-op game. Of course, if you're with your friends and whatnot, it's going to be a good time. And then the single player experience of Destiny is atrocious. But
but it's a game you shouldn't play by yourself. I mean,
oh, absolutely not. And I feel bad for the people that really don't really have the friends and just play by themselves. But it's just how am I gonna put this? What was that quote from Jurassic Park 3 that Alan Grant says when he doesn't want to go back on the island? He's all like, "Oh yeah, there is no force on God's green earth that's gonna bring me back to that island." That's the same thing with Destiny.
Yeah, but he ended up back on the island.
Yeah, over a guy that like tricked him and gave him a bunch of money.
So am I trying to trick you?
So you're the guy that's trying to trick me. And then once I play Destiny, they just gave me like PSN cards and stuff, and then I'm like cha-ching and like money. So that you're the guy that's trying to con me right now. And then like once I'm in the act of playing the game, they entice me by like giving me money, just like Alan Grant did to get back on the island.
Oh, and then little dinosaur's gonna call your name out while you're sleeping, playing the game.
Alan.
You're gonna sleep and it's gonna be a ghost. Like as you're sleeping, the dream is a ghost in front of your face.
North coming to me.
Yeah, it's like, Andrew, wake
up. I wake up with like bed sweats.
Yeah, and I mean. And I get it. I like I said, I get your distaste for Destiny, and I get it. I just
really say it's a lifeless game. It's pretty incredible how lifeless it is, and it's just a boring, stupid game. It's not a good game whatsoever. And then with on top of that, you have the PR crap that they always give me all the time, and and then on top of that, of course, I think that above all else, the personal thing that I had with Bungie back in the day. And then just seeing this now, it's just crap.
Yeah, but that's biasism.
Yeah, but it's the equivalent. I say it's the equivalent of Naughty Dog one day, God forbid, to put out a third-party game, and it's just crap. It's the same deal. Bungie was on that pinnacle at one point. And this is just, I mean, despite like the large player base, because I don't know if you heard the attach rate of this game. About like how on the average, the amount of people that played it, the average Destiny player plays the game for 100 hours.
Yeah, I played it for 70.
I played it for 24, and I thought that was enough for the rest of my life. So it's just that's incredible. Despite the game not being good, that's incredible. So you bet on God's green earth that Activision's gonna milk the hell out of this. So. For better or worse. So, yes, there's no way in God's green earth you're going to bring me back to Destiny 1, but
But this is Destiny 2. This is like 2.0, basically. Now they're making all these changes and new content and stuff. I mean,
Yes, but I am still playing the same content that's on that same stinking disc. And yes, there is expansions, which would greatly probably bring more stuff. But there's still that lame Crucible, which sucks. And the act of playing the game is just boring. I know I probably said that for Life is Strange as well, but the act of the game is just act of playing it, like that's above all else. Even when you're playing it with your friends, and that's great. But the actual act of playing it just is boring. Like if it was like Borderlands or like some other shooter that me and you play like over and like yeah, it's fun. Even some of the stuff that maybe you do in those other games aren't fun, but at least playing it is still at least entertaining. With Destiny, it's not. It's soulless, lifeless, and it's just boring. That's just kind of how Destiny is, and I'm not the only one that clearly thinks this. Just about any Destiny thing like you go out and read or like watch on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
You get the impression that nobody likes it, but that's just a bubble. That's just a bubble of people. Everybody else.
Because like I said, I didn't hate Destiny. I just hate the level up system. That's what put me off. Because I know you're going to say that. Like, well, you haven't played Destiny in a while. I'm like, yeah, I haven't played Destiny in a while, but I'm telling you why. It's because of the level up system.
Yeah, you told me. That's not a secret. That's fine.
And now they're fixing it. Like the level up system's going to be better. And and that. I mean, it's not like I ran out and already pre-ordered the Taken King. It's just now I'm kind of considering like, well, maybe I'll give it another chance. Me and some friends online might, give it another chance and play it because now that the level up system's better and everything we do is going to work, and now there's going to be new armor and stuff. So now it's going to be more like, hey, use the armor you want, use the guns you want, and. Yeah, you would. If I wouldn't have gave you this warning and you would have just saw me playing Destiny come September, you would have been like, what are you doing? You would have messaged the hell out of me saying, what are you doing? The 15th of September? Yeah, but not online co-op experiences. Pause it. Okay. Click. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we had a technical snag right there. I don't know if it's going to be noticeable or not. It's at the very end,
so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's technical snag, but whatever. We had to acknowledge it just in case if it's noticeable. But yeah, I mean, basically what we were just saying was, yeah, like I said, I just didn't want, I don't know, I just didn't want you bugging me come September and be like, why are you playing Destiny? And I'm like, well, no, I gave you a warning, I was considering it.
Well, I mean, you're able to do whatever you want in your free time. I mean, I can't be there physically and tell you to stop. And wait, you have a physical copy of Destiny? Yes? So I don't get the opportunity to use it as a frisbee for the neighborhood dog. But
no, man, I'm gonna trade in mine, and you can.
I would love to trade mine in. All right, I wish I could. Instead, I was fooled buying it digitally.
Yeah, God, it's like you and Destiny. You're like freaking Ahab and Moby Dick. You're like possessed to like hate this game
because it sucks.
I know, but if it sucks so much, you know more about Destiny than I do. You know every detail of that game.
Yes, and I know everyone who's behind it, and so does my buddy.
And I've played the game 3 times as long as you did, and you still know more about that game than me.
It's a fascinating train wreck.
Yeah, you're like I said, you're like the book Moby Dick. You're like possessed. You're like, no, I fucking hate this game, and I hate it so much that I need to know everything about it. I need to read every article about it. I need to read everything about it. I need to message people saying, hey, did you see this shit about Destiny? And I'm like, if you hate it so much, why are you reading it and sending me screenshots about it?
Because it sucks. It's so baffling and stupid.
But if it sucks, then why are you reading it? Like, I don't sit there and do that with games that are stuff I don't like.
It's just
I don't sit there and send you screenshots of every stupid thing that happens in Gotham. Even though I don't watch it, I don't sit there and read and go, oh, they're putting the Joker season 2. I'm not saying you that crap, saying, look at this stupid shit that they're doing.
You should. Because I love
I
Gotham.
should, maybe.
Because I love
Because
Gotham.
I should, maybe.
Because I love Gotham.
Yeah, but
I love it. I love.
But
Gotham.
I mean, like, I don't. As I'm saying, I don't do that. I don't like Gotham, so I'm not sitting there reading every detail and like, sending it to people. Like, look at this stupid thing. Even because I don't watch Gotham. It's not. I mean, yeah, it annoys me that it exists, but hey, I'm not like possessed and like trying to like, like obsessed with it in a way that I hate it so much. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just that
That's what
it's hitting home,
that's just,
and I love Bungie. Well, no, I don't anymore. I hate Bungie. I hate Bungie. I don't. It's just stupid.
I mean, I love Batman, but I don't. Gotham didn't make me hate Batman.
It would kind of make you maybe dislike Batman a little more, but even though Batman has nothing to do with Gotham, really.
I mean, yeah, I mean, Arkham Knight. My problem with that game is the treatment of Batman. Some of it.
Oh, well.
And it, and again, it's just. I mean, yeah, I mean, I have problems because I mean, Batman's the thing I care about, but it's not making me kind of feel this like obsession to hate and just feed off of it.
Yeah, it's just it's Destiny. It's just the way it is.
I don't know. Destiny is just your white whale. You just can't. You just can't live without it. Like you need it in your life just to hate.
I wish it was out of my life.
Then stop reading about it. Stop obsessing over it. Like, don't click any more articles about it. Don't make screenshots. Just stop. Just say, hey, I don't play Destiny. I don't think it's a good game. There's a fan base out there for it. I'm not part of it, so I'm not going to click any articles. I'm not going to contribute to the views on the article. I'm not going to contribute to the views on. I'm not going to contribute to the views on YouTube.
On videos.
On the videos. I'm not going to contribute to that because I don't want it. I don't like it. If other people like it, that's fine, but I'm not a part of it and I don't want to click it. That's how I feel with stuff I don't like. But with you, it's just a little bit different.
It's just that I like to know, and it's just that, that if people question me that, you don't know so-and-so about Destiny. Well, I do know, and I do know it sucks.
That's fine, but like you really come off as like some obsessed guy when you pull out freaking charts and statistics about like I know the average time that every player spends Destiny. I know what the player base is. I know how many copies it sold yesterday alone. Like
yesterday, I don't know. Yesterday did it sell any?
It's a bit weird how much you know and obsess over the game that you just don't like.
It's an interesting train wreck to see. It's like it's kind of like looking. It's kind of like being oh my god, the person that works at the morgue.
I guess like I don't like dead bodies, but I gotta cut them open anyway
and look at every single thing about them. So
yeah.
Maybe I could be a morgue person for video games, looking at disasters and just seeing how it's dead, but not really, but it can be alive in so many ways.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That's your thing. You have to overcome in life. But like I said, for me, I was just considering it. I was talking about it with a friend and talking about how they changing up the XP system, and I'm thinking maybe. Like I said, I didn't run out of pre-order it yet or anything. I just thinking maybe, just maybe.
Oh no,
give it a second try.
I guess maybe it's the same thing. I mean, imagine like how I am with like my ex-girlfriend. I know, right? But
no, I don't want to get into your personal affairs on the air. But,
no, it's fine. I mean, I have personal, which I want to give a shout out to right now. Some of the personal friends and family of mine that have actually been listening to the show who really don't even give a damn of half of the stuff that we're talking about. But that's awesome that they listen, and that's very helpful and appreciative. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this particular one, you're in for a treat. Which you already have
especially if you. Yeah, he made it this far. I'm like pulling. I'm just like, I'm like pulling an intervention out on my co-host here
because I did like find out that my ex-girlfriend did break up with her boyfriend, so there are even more like personal information I know. So that's how I look into Destiny. So,
oh my god!
Yeah, things don't really leave for me.
Like I said, I'm not going to make a joke about your personal life on air.
Well, you can as soon as we get off in probably like 1 minute.
Yeah, as soon as we get off, I'm making fun of you. But yeah, like I said, we're over the hour mark. I think it's time to wrap up. I think
a little over.
we said a lot this episode. Talked about some Chronic stuff. Talked about episode content. You know, called out my co-host on his Destiny obsession.
Oh yeah, Destiny.
You know,
stupid. I hate you. I hate Destiny. I hate Dinklebot. I hate Golden North.
Then just let it go. Then, if you hate it so much, just let it go.
What would be your reaction the one time if maybe one day I am on Destiny? Like,
no, because then you're probably gonna like send me all kind of sarcastic comments and stuff like, "Oh, Destiny, it's so different now," or something, and I'll just be like, oh, dude.
"Well, it doesn't matter because the game.
Like,
I have to download
like I don't
the
even
game.
like. Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I don't even want even if I did play Taken King, I wouldn't even want to invite you because I know you would not even attempt to like have fun with it.
I would probably.
No, because I mean, even okay, the first couple of days when we were playing Destiny, when I had you in my party,
that's right.
you were having fun. You were having some fun with us.
Then
but then towards the end, yeah, like about the first couple of weeks when you would be in my squad, you were having fun and joking around and we're talking and having fun. But then towards the end, you were so cynical, complaining about the game as we're playing it, and I'm like. Then why are you playing it? Just go away.
Play it for a certain period. It was like Assassin's Creed 3. I need to at least play it for a certain period of time until I felt like I was done.
But like literally when we were playing it, like I said, the first few weeks we're all good. We were having fun. You were having fun. We were having fun. But then like towards the end, you were like literally playing videos and podcasts over your mic about people complaining about the game as we're playing it. And I'm like, dude, just get out. Like, I didn't even want you in the party anymore. I'm like, just go.
And then I fell off the tower.
Yeah, you just fell off the tower. And I'm like, dude, just go.
That's all what right, everybody else was doing. Falling off towers.
I guess, but I mean, no, not just that, but you were... Yeah.
Well, I multitask. I need to watch my YouTube videos.
Yeah, but you're watching a video about like how all the problems with Destiny as you're playing Destiny. It's like,
are you sure I wasn't watching a cooking video?
No.
Maybe that was just in my sub box at that time because I mean I don't know.
I don't know. But
Destiny blows.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, we're trying to wrap this up, so went over some stuff today. So
a lot.
With that, yeah, a lot. So with that, this has been the 28th episode of the PSBS, that's the PlayStation podcast. I'm your host, Coach T, PSN Body Boys, and my co-host here is...
The Roasted Andrew.
Yep. So, hopefully we'll see you guys next week on the show, and have a good week, and all that good stuff.
And Dinklebot Chris to piece. Oops.